A new documentary film examining abortion in America is set to air for a limited time beginning this Thursday.
The Divided Hearts of America stars Super Bowl champion Benjamin Watson. And Benjamin joins us now. Ben, good to see you. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you not only star in this film, Ben, you and your wife actually also executive produced it. What made you two decide to get involved?
Well, this is an issue that's very important to us personally, but also we feel that this is a justice issue like so many others. And in light of so many different laws that have been ramping up on the conservative and liberal side in different states across this country, I wanted to kind of figure out how we got here to this issue, of abortion. What happens if we don't change course? And really, I wanted to hear from the lives that are affected and also hear from multiple sides, because so much of the time our discourse about this topic is much less than civil and can actually be insulting. And I wanted to promote an understanding of people from different sides of the aisle as we try to find some sort of common ground and understanding without giving up, obviously, our certain convictions.
It certainly is a divisive topic. Your documentary tackles the controversial issue of abortion through interviews with more than 30 leaders with differing views. Who all did you talk to?
Several people. So we set out to talk to people in politics. So we spoke to some senators. Senator Tim Scott was one of them. We spoke to people in academia. A guy named Carter Sneed, that's in ethics at Notre Dame, was one of our more notable interviews. And we also spoke to people who have survived abortions, but also felt it was important to speak to those who are pro-choice. My goal was really to give an open, honest dialogue about the history of abortion, where we stand now, what are people thinking about it, and so we can't have that without having some dissenting or other voices. It's important to understand that, and so again, we went to 4 different localities. We went to Boston, Massachusetts, Chicago. We were in New Orleans. We were in Washington, D.C., as I mentioned before, on Capitol Hill, really spanning the country when it comes to this most important topic of our day.
Yeah, there are so many strong opinions on this topic. Talk about, Ben, why the issue of abortion is so divisive in America throughout history, but really, I mean, today.
Yeah, well, if we look back over the last 30 years or so, it's been pretty much 50-50. What I found is that there are a lot of complexities within both sides that aren't able to be espoused because we have to pick a side in our country. You have to pick a side. There's no complexity. There's no nuance. And so it's so important, though, getting to your question, because this is a life and death issue. Not only life and death of preborn children, but life and death of mothers, life and death of family structures, of fathers, life and death of generations that come from individuals who may not be given a chance to live. There's so many ways to look at this thing, but it strikes at the heart of us as Americans, because our tenets are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And so anything that undermines that is important for us to address.
Ben, you said that one of the goals in producing this was for open, honest dialogue. I want to know, though, what do you want viewers to take away after watching this film? Well,
if you watch the film, I think people are gonna cry. I think they're gonna be angry. They're gonna be happy. They're gonna be emotional. They're gonna be convicted, but also encouraged. I want people to walk away from the film being introspective, no matter where they fall on the spectrum, from the harshest pro-life to the harshest pro-choice. No matter where they fall, I want people to be introspective on how they can love their fellow man, their fellow woman, more perfectly. And I want them to look at this issue maybe in a different lens than they looked at it before.
All right, Divided Hearts of America will stream on Salem Now starting Thursday and be accessible for 8 weeks. Benjamin Watson, it's good to have you, and we can't wait to see it. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.